Well, hello. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. Today we are in the Pillaging Pirate Tavern again, and I'll explain why here in a minute. Let's see what's going on the channel, shall we? Not too bad. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning
Bagel.
again. I wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean, holy cow. I always had a schmear. A schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. His friends steal
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that? For shout out today, Jack Creator. It's one that I have mentioned before. He's got some very creative, inspirational. I mean, they inspire me to think outside the box. Some very creative stuff. The latest is like the refrigerator from hell. It's really cool. Check him out, Jack Creator. Well, last week we looked at that M4 Sherman from Tamiya that I had picked up. It's been a while ago that I picked up two of these at the old the MRS shop that was in Salt Lake. They were from someone's collection, and they had been priced accordingly because they were used. I think I paid $15 for them, if I recall. Wasn't much. Brought them home. We did the video, the build video on it. And the first one we built into a Sherman that served in the Philippines in World War II. And the second one, I wanted to do something more like Iwo Jima. And I've got some other Iwo Jima Shermans as well, but you can never have too many, you know. So I started on that one in part 2 of that. But I needed the photo etched screens that go over the hatches to do it right. And by the time I ordered them, got them in, I had moved on to some other projects. So it went on the back burner until just recently. And when I pulled it off of the little shelf over here, decided to go ahead and finish it up, 3D screens had become available through an STL, a company that has a bunch of STL files. And a friend of mine in the local IPMS club went ahead and printed those for me. So, you know, didn't cost me a whole lot of money. Sure as heck a lot less than a photo etch set. And the screens were absolutely beautiful, and you could see that on the video. So I do like how that turned out. We're going to try and get that into a diorama at some point in time in the near future. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, I hope that was something that was helpful to you guys. I hope you liked it. What did we look at the Kit Hoarder Stash this week? Oh, that terrible 3D printed Mustang. It's terrible. Okay. Oh wow, it's 3D printed and it should be more accurate. No, it's not even close to more accurate. The headlights are oversized and they kind of mold into the fenders. If I wanted to cut them out, I think if I were to try and get that car accurate so I could actually make it look like everything else in the collection, I'd have to spend a good 20 to 30 hours just on that body. It's not good. I'm assuming the 3D technology exists to make a good one. I don't know, because I haven't seen one yet. All of that stuff that I've seen has just been, as far as I'm concerned, garbage. And yeah, I'll keep buying them from time to time to, test the waters and see. That one's going to become a paint mule. It really is, because there's nothing else I can really do with it other than spend, like I said, 30 hours on the body just to get it accurate enough to be with the other things in my collection. So anyway, there's my rant on that. You know how I feel. Don't waste your money on them. So we had another beautiful windstorm blow through here about a week ago and just devastated the gazebo. Just ripped it to shreds. These thunderstorms we get, it's monsoon season out here in the West, and these beautiful day to begin with, things are nice, maybe a little breeze, you know. It gets hotter during the day, and by the afternoon, early evening, we get these thunderstorms that build in, and some of them get pretty violent. There's been national news coverage of some of the flooding on the freeway from just a 30-minute downpour here. But the gazebo was, you know, pretty much a casualty, KIA. So I had to send for some new fabric for it, and we're getting that put up. Coming up on tomorrow's show, I think we're going to do an old school piece. I don't have any modeling project that's at a point right now where I can really, you know, do any kind of a show. I'm working hard at doing a lot of modeling, but just nothing that's that I can put a show together with at the moment. So we'll look at an old school in Salt Lake, if that's okay with you guys. Startup of school is here now. I mean, we used to start like at the end of August, but now I guess it's okay to start, you know, in the middle or the early part, because a bunch of school districts have been in school now for a week here. And then they complain because the air conditioning's not working right, or it's too hot, or, you know, whatever the problem. I don't get it. On the Kid Hoarder Stash this week, I am 100% not sure what we're going to do, because I've got several different things that I've reviewed recently. Some interesting, bizarre, different, you know, ones for sure. So it'll just kind of depend on how editing goes this week, which one I actually get finished first, and you know, and put up. So, but we will have a Kit Hoarder Stash this week. Just not sure what yet. So what have I been working on this week besides the animatronics and the yard? I've been doing a lot of figure stuff. I got this inspiration. So a little bit of a backstory. 7 years ago, this last week, my dad passed away. And you guys know, you've heard me talk about him. We were very close. And I've been working on some figures, mostly Marine Corps, World War II figures that I've been putting together, painting. Some of them are resin, some of them are plastic, and I've been converting some other figures, these damn flies, to Marines. Well, there is a machine gun and mortar team out there by Tamiya. It's Army, but I wanted to convert them to Marines. Wanted to convert them over. Get out the Bible and do some conversion. Yeah. Get some holy water, or better yet, some holy water, and convert them. Anyway, so what I decided to do, put together the water-cooled 30, and first thing I did was make a machine gun team, Marine Corps machine gun team, from like the Battle of Alligator Creek, the Tenaroo, Guadalcanal. If you've seen the Pacific, the first episode, you'll know what I mean. So got those pretty much done. And I've been watching the Pacific quite a bit. The Marines used 60 mortars. Well, in this set, it's an 80 millimeter mortar, or 80 something millimeter mortar. It's a big mortar. So that wasn't going to work. But there is another Tamiya set that has a 60 mortar in it. So I put that together, modified some figures, and now I have a Marine Corps mortar team for 60 mortar. Hey! Then it kind of dawned on me. You know what I really need? And I ran into, in my parts bin, I ran into a recoilless rifle. And I thought, wait a minute. I think this is the right one. And yes, it's the M18. It's the 57 millimeter. It's what my dad used on Luzon in the Philippines. And I thought, well, shoot, I need to get that done. So particularly this week with, my dad's anniversary of him passing away, I got out these figures and started modifying. Just started, changing things around. Now, he was in the Army, so I'm not making Marines. I'm making, U.S. Army, which was easier to do because these were originally Army figures. But I had to change some of their poses a bit. And sure enough, I've come up with a recoilless rifle team. Not quite finished, but it's getting there. I have probably 30 figures right now on the desk that I'm working on. A little bit here and a little bit there. I've also been doing a lot of reorganizing in the doghouse here. Because one of the problems has been when I go to do something crafty or when I'm doing some groundwork or something, I haven't been able to find my groundwork stuff. It's all kind of packed with my model railroad stuff. And it's all here somewhere. Somewhere. That's the problem. So I needed to go through. I'm going to be selling a bunch of models anyway at the upcoming IPMS show in September. So I needed to get a bunch of those out. And I found all of my groundwork and whatnot. So I needed to clear out space to put it up so that I can keep track of it. So I can start doing some more dioramas. So that's what I've been doing this week. Again, lots of modeling stuff. That really nasty Mustang body, I'm actually going to paint it a certain color. Like I said, I'm going to use it as a paint mule. And it's going to be a certain color that is a possibility for the Mustang. I actually found a color that I thought, now this might be kind of cool. So we'll be looking at that fairly soon. Anyway, that's what this week has been for me. Lots of enjoyment in working on these figures right now. And I'm sure we'll do some kind of tutorial on this other method that I'm using now to paint faces and stuff on the figures. I think it's better than the other ones that I've used, definitely. A little bit happier with it, so we'll do a tutorial soon on that. All right, guys. Well, from the Pillaging Pirate Tavern and from Gilligan and Skinny and Harold, we will see you guys tomorrow on the main show for something school related. Take care. Have a good weekend.